NFL 24, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Falcons and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And it pushes right forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run. That was their first 3rd down try of the Something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But you look at this defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
2nd down and 8. Ritter with it after the play fake. And his throw here's incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Ritter from the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Ritter back to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington. And now fourth down.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
He finds his man, complete. It's low. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Second down and a little more than a yard here. And Howe will throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Howe, he'll look to throw it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways call this bit.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And credit that sack to D'Angelo Malone. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Harris there, finding his way home to record the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Ritter. This ball taken in here by Brooks. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be two. To start this football game, I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
This is taken at the 18. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 2nd and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson. A beautiful fake. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Ritter. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. Together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. first kick 47. This one looks good as well. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st. Going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Here we go. Reload. Check.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
3rd and long. Here's Howell.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This is 2nd and 8. Ritter to throw it. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
First down, here's Ritter. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
No gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give to Robinson on the option.
And And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Ritter now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And complete to Drake London.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Here's Ritter.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Ritter now on 2nd down. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Falcons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Back to throw. Howell. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Pittman's first catch, good for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Howell down to throw it.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Now yet another incompletion. Connect on third.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be Falcon football. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points on? And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Ready.
That's pulled in by Brooks.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They work now on 2nd and 9. On play action, here's Ritter. Throw left side, there's London.
And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of
towards it.
Algier will try to pick it up.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw taken in by London.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
And that is incomplete.
The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will knot us up at 10. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's low. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Powell.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
It's Howe with another throw.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On 1st down, Howe.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd down throw for Howell.
On the right side open is Gesicki.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now they go play action with Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Final play before the half. Here's Ritter. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front. Kendre Miller, a touchdown run, and that from there we'll jet north to Ohio to check in on the Browns at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bryce Young, a touchdown pass in the victory. We just watched a fine first half from quarterback Sam Howell. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Algier going straight ahead, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Going play action, Ritter. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit. and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving. And he went on past him and caught the pass for a touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. He'll get this one to Pittman.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's low, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down now, it's low, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Low. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. So out come the Falcons now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Ritter back to throw.
Short throw to Smith. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Ready?
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
Ready?
Ritter fires quickly out wide.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
Robinson's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. Malcolm Kuntz. Credit him with a sack as he... of 10.
How about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together? But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and that'll keep this a one-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
On first down, it's low, and just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
I like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And he's going to go down again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here we go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a hole. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Ritter now looking to throw it this time.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A third quarter now at a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Robinson up the middle.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now Howell, and that one going to be off target and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's low. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Howell, he'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36.
And Washington, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Howell down to throw it. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the Falcons, 13-yard
Now
line.
Howell. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Drake Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. CD, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
Responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of a player who's having that type of a day because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150 no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns, but all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 3rd and 4. Ritter now.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Howell throwing on 1st down here. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Howell running right on the option.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Howell out of the shotgun.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And Howell will throw it.
He finds his man, complete. That's low. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Washington going to send out their punter
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Ritter will set up to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Ritter. And this is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Ritter from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
To the air again, it's Ritter. Flush to his right. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
First down, here's Ritter.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
On the ready. Ready.
Algier now up the middle.
And he's brought down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go. Ready.
Algier. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Robinson. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Robinson.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
A 21-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So here we go now with Hal and the Commanders.
Down by 2, a little over 20 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Howell.
Throw left side complete. That's low.
Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Atlanta, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.